GSL Season 1.
And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the GSL, the 2026 GSL Season 1 Random 8 Group B. We just crowned our first player to advance on into the semifinals out of the group. That was Shin. Shin, he took down Zoun earlier in the broadcast, took down Byun 2-1 as well. And Shin, he's the first player, the only Zerg to make it into the semifinals. And now we're here to determine who will be the first player to be eliminated from the group. We have a PvP here, Zoun versus herO. And what's crazy about this matchup, as we do have a look at our players, is that herO is the favorite player, right? He is the best Protoss player in the world. He was favored coming into this. Oh, it's time to smurge, papi. Oh, let's go. The door is closed, the lights are out. Again, herO was very, again, did take that previous loss a little bit hard, of course. He was favored to win it all, but now it's time to embrace the darkness here and to recover and have that comeback. Oh boy, here we go. We have a Veto's are done. Game 1 is going to be on 10,000 feet. Game 2, White Rabbit. Game 3 on Tourmaline. We have our 3 maps here. But remember, it's a mirror matchup. PvPs, anything can and will happen. And fun fact, Zoun did actually beat herO in last year's GSL. Like herO, he was eliminated last year in GSL by Zoun with hyper aggression. Zoun, he cannon rush. Went for a bunch of all-ins, hyper cheese. Zoun has beaten herO in GSL before. Can he do it again? herO is still favored, 100%. He's still favored to make it out of the group. But, I mean, for him to be in the elimination match, that is crazy. That is wild. Let's go. Crazier things have happened before. Do we cause the upset is spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of 10,000 feet. We have the South Korean Protoss player. It is Zoun for onside. In the top left, it is herO for T1. Let's go. Let us go. You can see the head-to-head here. Offline, Zoun 4-9. herO, of course, in favor in offline matches. Likewise, herO favored in online matches as well. Again, herO, he's favored to make it through the group and to make it into the top 4. But he got knocked down early on by Byun. He was cheesed the hell out, especially in that first game. And here, can we cheese him out again? PvP can be very chaotic. Can be very chaotic, very unpredictable. And again, if Zoun's done it before, he could do it again. Show us what you got. For now, gateways have been thrown down. Oh, gateways have been thrown down, and we'll see if we go for a 2-gate opener. If we go for a gate cyber expand, show us the initial openers. As we're building up into our second gases, I meant to say. Claiming our second gases, and here come the second gates. So far, everything's looking normal, everything's looking standard. 2-gate opener versus a 2-gate opener. Let's go. Catching the chat. It's smurge time. Exactly. Volume, true. My apologies, looks like the volume was a little bit low for the intro. I had lowered the volume for the interview, but do apologize. Or back up. We're back on. From here, we have our initial 2-gate openers. No proxy, no shenanigans, no probe out on the map. Both players, they scatter each other. Second pylons have been placed in the main base of Zoun and herO. So far, everything's looking standard, which is not what I expected. I expect this to be a short series, to be hyper aggressive, but so far, standard openers, even opening up Stalker into Sentry. Again, this is as standard as you can get, going for earlier scouting information, going for a safer start into a natural. So we're building up into 2 bases. Now, from our 2-base setup, we can still be aggressive, but the early game is very tame. Tamer than we've seen in quite some time, actually, when it comes to PvPs. So a very tame start. From here, both players go mirrored builds. Both players opening up Robo. Robo is typically a very safe way to play. So once again, the safeness continues. A very, very safe play here. Robo typically means early immortal production. Now we can go for an early prism to apply some pressure early on and harass with the depths, but also allows for earlier immortal production, late blink into a more immortal heavy composition, and this can lead into a 2 or 2.5 base all-in with immortal and masked glaive adept. So keep that in the back of your mind. If we do build up to 3 bases, that Immortal Adept is very much so a thing that is a viable option from here. For now, though, we have our Robos, and we'll see if any player goes to the Prism first. There it is. War Prism out of herO. We should be seeing a Prism out of Zoun as well. There it is. Prism versus Prism. Oh, wait, no, wait, still looking at Zoun. First Prism is on the way. There it is. A Prism for Zoun as well. So we're both going to be harassing. Bearing in mind that 2 Adepts will one-shot workers. 2 Adepts, they do one-shot. So the goal here would be to get Adepts into the bases via the War Prism. Both players are going for proxies. Pylons have been thrown down, and we're setting up a proxy gateway, actually. Oh, okay, Zoun. Attempts to get in. That should not have happened. Yeah, massive pickups here. 1, 2, 3 probe kills. It's 4 probes going down. Insane damage. The boys are being pulled before the Prism even gets across the map. 5 probes. This is critical damage. In a mirror matchup, you can see here, miscontrol out of herO. He's being stuck on his own force fields. He's getting stuck. 6 probe kills. That is critical damage here. Zoun takes a massive lead, and herO's all in. herO, he's all in. It's all or nothing. He has his proxy gateway across the map. Immortal production has begun. And herO, he needs some counter damage here. He has to go for it. Actually, sorry, herO not going for the Immortal, going for the Twilight Council. He's going for the Council. Adepts say shade in. They don't commit. They will delay mining at least. They delay some mining. Shade is denied. Oh, we can pick up. Okay. We can actually head over the wall. Very nice control by herO. Oh my god, he gets in. Yeah, 1, 2 probe kills. We get 3. Barely does. No, barely does not. Only 2. Only 2 probe kills. It's some damage. herO going for the... now we see why the Twilight Council. It was a proxy Twilight Council. I was confused as to why there was a council this early on. He's going into DT. He's going into Dark Templar. Now, this is really risky just because, remember, it was a robo opener, right? There is an observer. There's an observer and there's a robo. There's way to get more detection out. So this is very, very risky play here by herO. There's a chance that he gets damage done, but it's a risky maneuver. Nice control by herO. He weaves his way back in. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probes. 4 probes go down. Very nice damage here by herO. He's recovering. He takes a worker lead after a disastrous start. herO, he is bouncing back, and Zoun gets across the map. Zoun gets across the map. herO, he shades into the main base, catching up more probes. Zoun commits in. Zoun is all in, or he's committed, I should say. He is committed. Adepts say bust into the main base. More probes are going down. This is such a messy game. It's such a messy game, Pappy. So much economic damage from both sides. Main army does gain ground. Battery is not yet done. The Immortal gets caught. No defensive Prism, and Zoun is done it. Zoun, he's breaking that natural. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of herO. Again, the force fields are solid. At the same time, DTs are getting across the map. Critical damage. But when it comes to the main armies, we have to favor Zoun, right? We have to favor Zoun. Zoun, he has the Prism and the Immortal. His main army snowballing out of control. He takes over the natural. Back at home here, he does have a defensive Immortal, but where's that Prism? He needs that Prism back home. Yeah, the Prism is racing back. It's racing back. Very nice force field. But we juggle over the force field. Immortal pops out. Boys are being pulled. herO, can he hold? Can he save the Immortal? Oh my god. Yeah, the Prism does arrive in time. Yeah, the Prism arrives. Oh my god. Saves the Immortal. Does kite back. But Zoun still has more. Zoun still has more Stalkers. Depowers the gateways. No more warp ins. There's 2 batteries. Yeah, 2 batteries, 2 Stalkers, 1 Immortal, and a Dream. 3 Stalkers even. Down to 2. Down to 2. And Zoun, he's doing it. Oh, repowers the gateway. Does try to repower. herO forced out of his lane. Nice control. Takes out one of the Stalkers. Jolts back over. Takes out one of the Stalkers. Comes in from behind. Oh, can he catch the Immortal? He cannot. And when it comes to the economy mode, herO, he has mining. herO, he has 5 probes. If herO can out micro and snipe a unit here and there, he can maybe take this game. But he has to out control. Yeah, he has to out control. herO pulls away. Obviously, in a head-on fights, we have to favor Zoun. But herO, drops in. He tries to drop in. Prism doesn't take any hull damage. Probes, they do get away. Probes get away. Zoun, he's spread a little bit thin here. herO coming in from behind. He wants a Stalker. Ooh. The Prism gets low. Battery does help. Clutch micro, clutch control. No, the Stalker goes down. The other Stalker as well, down to 1 unit. Down to 1 Immortal. herO, no shot. He cannot out micro with only 1 Immortal. Not like this. Does kill one of the Stalkers. I mean, he's trading well. Oh, he kills another. He kills 2 Stalkers. There's 2 left. The Prism. Oh no, he's being chased down. He's being chased down. The Prism is low. He does get out of. Oh my god, 1 shot away from falling. He's so close, but herO, he fought hard there. herO, he killed 2 Stalkers. He killed the Sentry as well. Zoun, he was up. I want to say 5 units, but now he's down to 1 Immortal and 1 Stalker. I think it's 1 or 2. 1 or 2 Stalkers. Yeah, 2. So here he did micro well. He's rebuilding that pylon. He's repowering the shield battery. Wait, it went down. No, the Prism went down. GG. It happened off screen. It happened off screen. GG, well played. And Zoun, he will take the game. He sniped the War Prism in the end. It looks like herO may have veered too close to the edge. There were 2 Stalkers left behind to kill the Prism. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. And Zoun takes game number 1. Whew. GG, well played. And again, it was impressive micro there by herO, but as we mentioned, Zoun, he did have the stronger push across the map. He could micro his units, he caught the first Immortal with the force fields, and everything just snowballed out of control from there. GG, well played. Exclamation mark for Nada the Observer, as the Observer did not actually get eyes on the Prism at the time, was focusing elsewhere, but the Prism did go down off screen, and that was game. That was game then and there. And with that, herO is 1 game away from being knocked out. Remember, herO, he's the best Protoss player in the world. He's favored to even just win the entire tournament. But alas, he might get knocked out here and now by Zoun. Uno mas. 1 more game is all that Zoun needs. Can he pull off the upset? Can he knock herO out of GSL? Let's go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the South Korean Protoss, the blue Protoss. It is Zoun for onside. In the top right, we have for T1, herO. Let's go. Let us go. We're saying is the dark side of herO standard. No, I would say it's actually quite rare to see herO smudge. Like he rarely embraces the darkness. It's quite rare. I don't think I've actually seen herO smudge. True. But the smudge is real. It's usually a Zerg thing, like Raynor, of course. Raynor, he's known for smudging. Scarlet as well. True. Those are the 2 that come to mind. Clem. Yeah, we've seen Clem. Some of the Terrans, they bring up the hoodie. But now they're 2-gate. 2-gate open out of here, 2-gate open out of Zoun. Again, it was a very chaotic game. Very chaotic game 1 with just probes dying everywhere. They were just, it was just, you did not want to be a worker here in this PvP because probes are just going down left and right for Zoun and for herO. Very chaotic. But again, it all came down to Zoun eventually having enough and pushing across the map, committing and dedicating to his move outs. herO, his Prism was not at home to defend, so he had less micro potential with his army. But we are going for a proxy across the map. Okay, herO setting up his pylon, but it is on hero's side. So are we still coming to the Robo or into a Stargate? What's it going to be? Cybercore is done. Does start Warp Gate. At the same time, throws down the building. What is it? Robo. 1 base all in. So hero's going for the all in. At the same time, Zoun sneaks out a pylon inside of the main. When Warp Gate finishes, Zoun can just warp into depths directly into the main base, and that can win him the game, to be honest. Like, that 1 pylon can be the game-winning move for Zoun. He just needs Warp Gate. Defensive Robo out of Zoun. Good call. I have to favor Zoun. So far. Like, he's opening up very defensively, which is ideal against a 1 base all in, and he has that counterattack potential, which is unscouted so far. Zoun, he can take it. Oh wait, herO cancelled? He cancelled the Robo. Huh. Interesting. He cancels the robo, throws down his robo back at home. We can see that Zoun, he's reacting really hard. Zoun is setting up to defend against an all-in, but an all-in that isn't coming, and Zoun's turning his own build into his own all-in. Third gateway. Third gateway for Zoun. herO's trying to be more defensive. I do think this is the correct call, just because Zoun was hard countering an all-in. And now the turns are tabled. And now it's going to be a bit of a shakier defense here for herO. But he's going to try to turtle up back at home. Warp gate is almost done. Here does he scout? Not yet. Oh, he sees! He scouts! Oh my god. Whew. Okay. So herO, he scouted, he responded, he shuts down the pylon. He responds to the one base all in as well. He sets up defensively back at home. So far, good reactions by herO. So far, so good. Stargate's on the way. herO with the Stargate, he can get a Phoenix and he can focus on the Prism and lift the Immortal. So again, the Stargate's ideal defensively. Just with the Phoenix support. Alongside the Immortals. And defensively, I favor herO here. Assuming that Zoun commits into an all-in. But it's hard to say. As herO goes for a third gateway. Who's going to be the aggressor? Who's it going to be? herO moves out. The goal here is for a depth harass. Zoun, is that another gateway? Stargate. He's taking him in the same way. He's going for his own Stargate, his own Phoenixes. First Phoenix in production for herO. Zoun is one step behind. But the Prism is coming in. herO jumping into the main. And Zoun, how does he react? How quickly does he react? Adepts are denied. Nice force field. Here he chases in. He gets one. Gets one. Gets two. Yeah, a bit of miscontrol there towards the end. One. Oh. What was just killed? Oh, the pylon. Okay. I was scared for a moment there. So only one probe. That was a better defense for Zoun. Meanwhile, the Phoenix will chase down the Prism at least. We'll chase it back home. And herO is the first to expand. Again, defensively, I still do favor herO, so he's expanding. Zoun is as well, after a very intense early game where calming down and both players are expanding. Calming things down. It's still very tense. herO jumping into the main. Zoun rotates to the low ground, but he does have a Phoenix in position. And if the Phoenix is revealed to the Prison, then we should recall back home. Recall is available. Yeah, herO turns back around, does race back. Hallucination does confirm the Stargate. herO knows. herO knows, hero's aware. When the smiling assassin's merging, you know it's serious. True. When the smiling assassin isn't smiling. We're locked in. As herO ferrying his way in towards the natural, but he is going to be denied. Nice defensive rotation by Zoun. Deflects the drop. Zoun deflects. herO does have a Phoenix lead. He's up by one Phoenix. And Zoun is getting caught out. No, Zoun! He pulls away. Here shoots first. That's one. Ooh, better trade for Zoun. Miss micro. Okay, we trade 2 for 2. Sorkers help supports. A little bit messy here. Just a little bit messy. Here he does come out on top. Does barely out trade. Behind the second Stargate, Zoun is going into Mass Phoenix. Ooh, this is interesting. So Zoun is going double Stargate, Mass Phoenix. Meanwhile, herO is going for a Twilight Council transition into Glaive Adepts. herO is going for a big push, a big all-in with Immortal Adept. We spoke about this in Game 1, if you recall. He's building up his Immortal Adept. It's going to be very dedicated, very committed. I don't think the double Stargate Phoenix from Zoun is going to help too much, to be honest, against Mass Adepts. Like, Mass Phoenix is ideal when it comes to picking up some high-tech units like the Immortals. True. But against the Sea of Adepts, I don't see it working out too well here. It feels like Zoun's being baited into Phoenix Wars. Oh, nice battery. Battery does help, and heroes will lose everything. Here he will lose every single Phoenix, but remember here he had already stopped Phoenix production. So Zoun, he does win the battle in the sky. He's still making more Phoenixes. And I'm curious to see how this pans out. I'm curious to see if the Mass Phoenix is going to be good enough to defend against the Mass Adepts that are going to be building up here. Here comes the Gateway Army. Here comes herO. Does commit, does push in. Now, there's not much anti-air for herO, true, because of the Mass Adepts. So, because of that, I believe Zoun will be able to lift up every single Immortal, and he should keep them in the air. Yeah, if he keeps all the Immortals in the air, I don't think the Mass Adept can break through. And now he commits. Yeah, he does commit in. Shades of the army. We're lifting up the Adepts. Okay. Adepts are being lifted. The Immortals are just going ham. Oh my god. Then now we lift up the Immortals, but that's late. Yeah, late lift here from Zoun. The Warpin looks like it will partially finish. And hero's done it. Here he's still trying to break through. It's still quite close. Yeah, still breaking through. Force fields the ramp. Locks in the army. We're lifting up the Immortals. He should lift up both. Gets one. Yeah, lifts up one. Adepts do shade into the main base, distracting Zoun. And we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. As herO tries to kite away, does catch one of the Phoenixes. Zoun does hold, but at a cost. It cost him 15 probes, 16 probes even. So a messy defense. Messy defense. Again, Zoun, he was very late to lift up the Immortals. Very late. They had to dish out so much damage. Collapsing on the War Prism. The War Prism does finish. The Immortals are caught out. No, the Immortal! Yeah, the Immortal is going to be caught out. And here he will take this fight. He will take the fight. Prism falls. Massive loss here for Zoun. Losing the War Prism, losing the Immortal, and now here comes herO. Again, defensively, the Mass Phoenixes, they are struggling. We'll pick up a couple of key units here. Catching out the Stalkers. But what about the Mass Adept? Again, that was our concern. Was like, when we go Mass Adept here, what are we going to do? Lift up every Adept one at a time? I mean, now we have to, but... Oh. Again, so much damage was dealt. So much damage. Phoenix is out of energy. 7 probe kills. And Zoun is down to 26. Down to 26 workers. And his economy has been crippled, but he does still have Mass Phoenix at least. He's got 12 Phoenixes. And there's potential to maybe rush into a mineral line. I'll ask our Stalkers to defend. Here's building up his Stalkers. Blink is on the way. herO, if he maintains a greater economy, he just nobles, right? He just nobles out of control, claiming a faster third, building up a greater army, more production, more upgrades, more tech. Zoun, he needs to find damage. Rotates into the main. Hey, not bad. Does find a mineral line. A lot of damage here. He gets 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 probes. So far, so good. And hero's all in. Here, he just ignores this. He just ignores the Phoenixes moving across the map. He's sending it. Now, the Phoenixes are out of NG. We blink in. Blinks in, catching Phoenix. I want to say there are maybe 4 lifts. Do we have 4? Oh, as more Phoenixes are being punished, they're being shut down. There's maybe almost 5. There's just so many Stalkers. There's a recall back home. There are 0 immortals. Okay, there's 1. There's 1 immortal to defend. There's 1 immortal. There's a shield battery. herO is actually replacing his workers. He's replenishing. So I assume that herO, he just ignored the mineral loss and he just moves out across the map. He catches Phoenixes and herO starts probing again. And herO has 3 bases. So technically herO, he's replenishing his army even faster, making 3 probes at a time, and herO, he has a worker lead. So herO is still ahead. Despite losing 11 probes, he is still in a better position. And we still have to favor herO here. Now going for the Temple Archives in towards Archon production. Bearing in mind Archons, they cannot be lifted. It's a secure way to fortify your army. Pieces, they try to come in from behind. Now the Phoenix goes down. Glaives are on the way. Jesus. Glaives is down. So he's committing himself on 2 bases. I get his third is very late. And again, the soup is lying to you, right? Like, the soup is deceivingly close when really herO has a massive worker advantage that can soon be translated into more army. Likewise, these Phoenixes are very limited in what they can achieve. They're restricted by their lifts, by their energy. Even here, the Phoenixes are trapped. Oof. Yeah, they are trapped. Oh, almost gets out. High Templar coming in for feedbacks. Let's go. Huh, gets 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 feedbacks. Morphs in the Archon. And here comes herO. herO is pushing. Phoenixes, they break out. 1 Phoenix goes down. Now Glaives, I believe, has completed. So Glaive will help against the mass charge. No, sorry, Glaives isn't done yet. That's still not yet done. There we go, 10 seconds. We're now 10 seconds away. Needs a little bit more time. Glaives will finish. And bearing in mind that herO doesn't have to move in. Remember, herO, he's up a base. Like, he does not need to push into this. And he can now commit. So now he has to. Phoenixes, they engage. They lift up all the Stalkers. Zealots, they just melt against the Mass Adepts. Oh my god, the Glaive Adepts, they pop up against the Zealots. We have more. We have more Warpins, more Zealots. herO barely breaking through. The lifts are running out. Can he get on top of the Immortals? He gets 1. There's still 3 left. Down to 2. Down to 1. And soon to be down to 0. herO's done it. herO, he has done it. He has broken down. And with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going to game 3. We're going the distance. GG gets called. And herO ties up the series 1-1. GG. GG well played. A very tense game. A very tense game. As a reminder, how did the game begin? It began with Proxy Robo. Remember, herO went for the Proxy Robo. Zoun, he went for the defensive Robo himself. herO, upon realizing what was going on, he cancelled his Robo. He built his own Robo in the main instead, went for a more defensive opener. We had mirrored kind of follow-ups here. herO went for the earlier Stargate into earlier Phoenix. He initially gained map control, and he baited Zoun into Mass Phoenix. He baited him in, and you saw just the limitations of Mass Phoenix as well. Like, I mean, especially against a very adept-heavy composition, right? In a longer macro game, Phoenixes can excel, but herO went for a massive 2-ace push with Mass Glaive Adepts, and the Phoenixes struggled. So here herO was able to deal critical economic damage, and then just macro from there. Just macro out of there. The Phoenixes did struggle when it came to the game aggression. Now we're going to be loading into the ace match, loading into Tourmaline. A very small map. Aggression's going to be favored here. Show us what you got. Do we proxy? Do we all in? Do we go for the all-in? Blah. As it all ends here on Tourmaline, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss, the Blue Protoss for onside. It is Zoun. And in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Protoss player for T1. It is herO. Here we go. We have made it here all the way to that final game of the series, to the ace match. It all ends here. It all ends on Tourmaline. Now remember, this is a smaller map, a shorter rush distance by ground. You can all in from back at home without a proxy, and it can still hit very, very hard. So we're expecting aggression. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. Yo, Sinistro. Oh, T1 has an emote. True. True. Why no team logos on the maps? This is because they don't have Sinistro to admin and to run the tournament. Smurge. This is what happens when we don't have Sinistro working behind the scenes. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But for now, we are going to be settling in. For now, it is going to be a 2-gate. 2-gate opener out of Zoun, 2-gate opener out of herO. For the time being, we have mirrored builds. No shenanigans yet. herO does have a probe out on the map. Wait, no, sorry, that's Zoun. My apologies. Zoun has a work around the map, and show us that pylon and show us what you got. Ooh, there we go. The second pylon gets thrown down. Sorry, that's herO. I'm sorry. I'm like squinting to see. I was like trying to figure out what color is that dot on the minimap. It is herO. So herO does go for the proxy pylon, and he does set up for what looks to be a proxy robo 1-base all in. No, he abandons it. Never mind. No proxy. Throws down the pylon. Just a fake out. So here he's going for a fake out. He's hoping for an overreaction. Double stalker opener out of herO. Double adept out of Zoun. Sorry, the other way around. Double adept out of herO, double stalker out of Zoun. herO going for the Stargate opener back at home. With the Stargate, this should be for an Oracle for economic damage, but herO's playing standard more or less. So Stargate into Oracle into economic damage. Meanwhile, Zoun opening up Twilight Council into earlier Blink. Ooh, interesting. Our players have diverted in their builds. Stargate versus Twilight Council. No 1-base play, no 1-base all-ins. Not yet. Now, Zoun is being active with this probe, but I believe that should be for a rescout to confirm whether or not there's Nexus. There it is. herO is the first to expand. And we'll see how Zoun reacts. Hold on. That's a robo. Wait, did he canceled? He canceled! 1-base all in! He's crazy! He cancels the Twilight Council, throws down the robo, he has a probe out on the map, and does he throw down another gateway? There's no proxy. Zoun, he has no proxy, but remember what we said at the very beginning of this game, because Tourmaline is so small, you can 1-base all in from back at home without the proxy and still be very threatening. So here we go. There it is. Third gateway, 1-base all in out of Zoun. So Zoun is committing, he's doubling down. Zoun now confirms that there's an expansion. Up until this point, he was not aware. But Zoun, he does scouts. Oracle moves out across the map. And here he will soon scout. The Oracle will allow for some economic damage, but also will allow to scout to confirm the build of choice, to confirm the production. As Zoun's just rallying. He's just rallying across. He has 4 stalkers across the map, but we have a battery on the low ground. The battery's going to be denied. That's a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Massive pickoff. Takes down the battery, going for the adept. herO in a bit of trouble here. Oracle goes in, dips out, no major damage. At least herO's now aware, he's now informed. And he needs those batteries. Battery just now starting, Robo's on the way. herO will have defensive immortals. But herO needs a little bit more time. Yep, now confirming there is no expansion. Up until this point, herO also was not aware. And we're just warping. And remember, we can warp in 3 units at a time. It's 3 gateways for Zoun. Zoun commits. Zoun has double the stalker counts. herO has the defender's advantage. Ooh. Catching at the pylon. herO, he has 1 battery on the low grounds. With his Stargate, he's making a Phoenix that will help against the Warp Prism. He needs more time for the Immortal. Second battery's on the way. And herO, can he hold? Can he survive? Shows the force fields. Catching at a stalker. Nice pick up. He gets 1. 1 stalker goes down. Gets 2. herO's in danger. He's in trouble. He's being overwhelmed. Yeah, herO's being... Oh my god, the stasis trap! They're catching at everything! The stasis catching at the army. The prism gets hunted down. And with that, Zoun, he shakes his head. How did that happen? Oh no! Hands off the keyboard. Ay, ay, ay. We did the same thing. Both Zoun and I, we lifted our hands to our head at the same time. Not like this, papi. Not like this. Oh my god, the herO stasis trap. Ah, papi. And now there's 2 immortals. I mean, that's game. Yeah, that's game. There's 2 immortals here. One of them is going to get targeted down, but so many stalkers go down in the process. herO, he will dominate this fight. It will chase back Zoun. Prism is on the way, so herO can reinforce across the map, can keep on pushing. Likewise, overextending a little bit. It does overextend. The Immortal does take some hits. The Prism is now out. Now herO can micro. He can control. The juggling back. Oh my god. He juggles back, saves him, GG gets called, and herO, he will advance on into the decider match. GG. GG, well played again. Zoun had potential, by the way. Like, he might have won that game with that all in because the battery was killed earlier. Like, he was focusing on stalkers. He killed like 3 stalkers, and he was one-shotting. He was one-shotting those. Sorry, he was 2-shotting technically. He was 2-shotting those stalkers. Like, Zoun was gaining ground, and the stasis changed everything. That was such a brutal stasis trap. That ended the all-in then and there, catching out the entire ground army. And then from there, here can just focus on the prism. That was game. That was a game-winning stasis trap there from herO. And if it wasn't for that stasis trap, again, there's a world where Zoun wins. There's a world where Zoun overwhelms, but GG, well played. With that, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have the final series. It's going to be the decider match between herO and Byun. It's going to be the rematch from the beginning of the broadcast. We'll see you soon. See you soon after the break.